Hello, crafters and artisans, and welcome back to Psychedelic Squid Fiber Arts. Today, I'm going to be showing you how to make a drop spindle without a lathe. First, you'll need some wood for the base. I'm using 1/2-inch red oak and a hole saw. I'm making two today, so I'll be using 2 1/4-inch hole saw and a 2 3/4-inch hole saw. I'll be using wood dowels that I got from the hardware store. The diameters are 1/4 inch and 5/16 inch. The shorter one is for the smaller spindle, which is roughly 9 inches long, and the larger diameter one is roughly 10 inches long. You're going to want 2 hooks that screw into the wood, one for each spindle. Then, using the hole saws with a piece of scrap wood underneath them, I cut out the base for the spindles. Then I shape the edges round and sand with 220 grit sandpaper. Again, with 400 grit sandpaper. You'll want these super smooth, otherwise the fibers will catch on any rough spots. I'm also going to enlarge the center hole for the bigger spindle to 5/16 inch and sand the center hole smooth. Before assembling the spindle, sand the dowel smooth, again to prevent the fiber from catching. Then to assemble, you're just going to push the dowel through the center hole and keep it near the end so that the weight is closer to the end of the dowel. There's no real problem going further out, but it can create more wobble in the spindle when using it. Now that I found the position I like, I'm going to mark it. Then I'm going to push the base off and add my glue. Then I'm going to push it up just past my line to hide it and wipe off the excess glue. Then let it dry. Using an exceptionally small drill bit, I'm going to drill pilot holes for the hook screws on the short end of the spindle. Try to make these as centered as possible. I'm going to screw the hooks into the pilot holes, and then I'm going to back them out almost all the way before adding a dab of super glue on the threads and twisting them back in. Then I'm going to give them a few minutes to dry. For style, I'm going to char the spindles with a little hand torch to make the wood grain pop. Here's this one lightly charred. I did a little too much on this side, but it won't be an issue. And here's a smaller one done with a heavy char. I'm going to run 400 grit sandpaper over these again real lightly before I stain them. I used unicorn spit to stain them, and then I sealed the red-orange one with a clear spray paint, and used a finishing wax on the blue-green one. The wax removed a bit of the coloring, but I was curious to see what would happen if I didn't seal the stain first. Please let me know if you have any questions in the comments section below, and feel free to visit my Facebook page or Instagram to ask clarifying questions or about things I haven't covered yet. Thank you all so much for exploring the depths of your creativity with me, and I'll see you next time.